All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Raiders Daily. My name is Jackson. I post daily Raiders content. Be sure to hit that like button, hit that sub button if you enjoy it. Kind of a surprising, not shocking move made about an hour or so ago by the Raiders, trading away Darren Waller to the New York Giants. They received pick number 100, which is in the third round. Oh my goodness, late third round. This move makes a lot of sense. They're not going to save that much money at the get-go. It's going to be more of you just got extended. So when it's all said and done, a couple of years from now, the Raiders will have ended up saving about $40 million in total, which makes this worth it to me. In fact, last season, we actually saw Foster Moreau play like almost half of the snaps on this Raiders team. Now, he also is a free agent, so the Raiders still got to figure out something at that tight end position, whether it's bringing back Morrow, whether it is drafting a tight end. It is great tight end draft. I think that might be the direction they take and then sign a veteran tight end. At the end of the day, Darren Waller had to go. All right, he had to go, and I don't mind it right now because we still want to make moves, specifically on the defense. We signed Jacoby Myers earlier today. This team is not wasting any time. I know last year's Chandler Jones signing did not look good, and they probably learned from that because Darren Waller will be 31 in September at the start of this upcoming season. It's not just that, though. It's not just age. It's more about reliability. Darren Waller 3 years ago was a Pro Bowl tight end. And you can say the argument, oh, he still is a superstar tight end. Well, it's just honestly not true anymore. Darren Waller is no longer a superstar tight end. Maybe he can get back to that if he can stay healthy. The caveat is he hasn't. Like he just simply hasn't. Oftentimes he looked disinterested in playing for this Raiders team. It seems like he sat out, longer than the Raiders staff was thinking. Like, seemed like he was good to go. I don't want to look into that too much because it's a player, it's his body, and if he doesn't feel right, if he doesn't feel ready to go, then take the time you need to get fully healthy and get your mind into it. But just 9 games this past season was a horrible year in general. Just 28 catches for 388 yards. He did have 3 touchdowns. It started pretty decently. We did see a couple of dropped catches. We did see some of those in the end zone, which sucked. But he only played 9 games for the Raiders this year, and he only played 11 games for the Raiders last year. So you cannot rely on Darren Waller at this point anymore. You could give him the benefit of the doubt and be like, we'll run with it for one more season, and hopefully he can stay healthy because, I know some people wanted Hunter Renfrow to get traded instead. Hunter definitely still could get traded, but Darren to me, he's had 2 phenomenal years at tight end in the NFL, and that's it. It's just the unfortunate reality of the situation. It's better to cut your losses now. And to be honest with you, I know a third round pick number 100, it doesn't really sound crazy. It doesn't sound like a great move. It doesn't sound like a great draft pick to have. It is. It is. It really is. The Raiders need help on defense desperately. They can now bundle draft picks and trade up. They can continue to trade away players and compile more draft picks. They could do a whole bunch of different things. This offseason, Dave Ziegler, I really like what he has done since he got into town. He's keeping this team flexible and having contracts, guys like Darren Waller, the extension, the Derek Carr extension, the Hunter Renfrow extension, that doesn't keep you flexible. I know not every move has been perfect, but you can't judge Dave on the past 25 years, right? I understand a lot of the skepticism for the Raiders right now, like, oh, we haven't had a good defense in, decades. So why would that change this offseason? Well, it's a new regime, all right? They had 1 year, and now they're really starting to nail down the guys they want, the guys they don't want, and the expendable guys. And unfortunately, Darren Waller, although he is a fan favorite, he's expendable. So maybe the Raiders aren't going to be better off at the tight end position next season. But really the last 2 years, Darren hasn't done pretty much anything except for miss games. So it sucks. But that's the reality of the situation. So I understand it. I was a little surprised. I'm certainly not shocked. And I certainly don't hate it, unfortunately, for, I know, like I said, it's fan favorite, right? It's just, it's the reality. Hit that like button, hit that sub button. I'm very curious to see what the Raiders decide to do at the tight end position. Once again, I think they're going to go for a veteran. Maybe it's bring back Foster and take a nice draft pick, an earlier on second, third round draft pick, and get a tight end of the future. And to be honest with you, I'm pretty excited about that. So let me know what you're thinking. Hit the like button, hit that sub button, and